Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 4 of our Union Summer 61 campaign. If you're a new viewer, returning viewer, and you have not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. And if you do hit that subscribe button, remember to hit that bell icon so you know when the next videos do populate onto YouTube. Alright, now I got that crap out of the way. I did have a new unit request from a viewer, name of Dow, for the Western Kentucky Legion under command of William H. Qualls. So your unit is currently being stood up. They are in Recruitment Command East right now. And they are 24 days away from forming up. You didn't specify a uniform, so I gave them this kind of Western militia looking uniform. And they are under command of Burbridge because I could not find a Qualls in the officer lists. I tried adding it in the William Qualls avatar, but it didn't populate in. I'm hoping a day or two in-game play it'll populate into the list, but we'll see. But I think Qualls might be a Southern commander, and this is a Union playthrough, so just let me know if you'd like another commander and different uniform, if anything. Alright, so recap. In the last episode, we just fought 2nd Frederick, Army Northeastern Virginia, which I still do have to rename that corps. Seeing off the Army of the Potomac. And other than that, it's actually been fairly quiet. So I'm hoping now that we've defeated them 2 battles in a 2-month period that they are going to back off for the remainder of the winter, as it is now January 1st. So, speaking of which, because it is the beginning of the month, we do have to go through our monthlies to start this episode off. So, our current rating is triple B. If you looked at the Recruitment Command West picture, there's a lot of units being stood up. Just actually populated in another division on Pennsylvania Corps. And recruiting artillery for both Army of New York, Pennsylvania, and another division for Army of New York, or Corps of New York, correction. So I'd spent a lot of money at the end of the last episode. So our tax revenues actually increased by $646 million. I don't know if that's correct or not. I really don't. That seems a little off to me. It says one hospital is constructed. It's actually building. I decided to build a hospital at Frederick because of all the fighting that we just had there recently with the 2 battles. But it's constructing, it's not built. Total export last month was 174 mil out with 457 coming in. We will slowly close that gap. And core production over the last 3 months was 735 million, a change of negative 109 million. And black livestock, forage, food. No production noted, but I'm showing a lot more production shortages than they show in that. But those are probably the most egregious shortages. Alright, intelligence. According to our intelligence sources, they are working on King Cotton 3. They run straight down that line. It looks like, again, better relations with Europe at this point. They completed recruitment offices as a project. And they've got the relations with Great Britain and France up plus 9.9 to 44%. Which is good. So most of my playthroughs, I never see them actually get that up there. Recruited 500 men into 1 brigade, so that's a cavalry regiment, and 2 new ships have started construction. Morale of their armies is 85%. After the recent casualties, well, that battle was fought today on January 1st, so they haven't replaced those casualties yet. So that's where it stands for right now. Let's take a look at the 1st Corps here. This is only offensively planned operations. This is with my 1st Corps of the U.S. Army. Well, I gotta send these guys off. I thought I could have sworn I sent them back to get more men. Do it again. I think when I transferred in a bunch of these units, it might have messed things up. Nope, these guys are at like 800 now, 1500. These guys are also at like 800 now, 1400. So they're slowly populating upwards. That's the lowest one, so he gets to go back and try a 2nd round of recruitment. See, this is the one regiment that raised with the policy, so it came in at over 1,000 men. So with the original policy, as I said, You get understrength units with the U.S. regulars policy, but this would have been an understrength cavalry regiment or cavalry brigade before they made the changes to the cavalry system. So that's something devs need to change inside that policy itself. So it's probably have to just go in and change the numbers on that unit. Same with these two. These two would have been under strength for the policy, but over strength after the policy. There's a pre-policy unit. That's an after-policy unit. There's still some more pre-policy units out there. I'm going to transfer them in as I get the volunteer batteries into the field armies. So this one's going to have like another 2 or 3 batteries added in. This is going to be a very artillery-heavy force, which is good because I'm going to have them go after the forts down south. So they're going to cut their teeth over here at Hatteras and then slowly work their way down the coastline, basically acting like the 9th Corps of the Army of the James, doing some ocean expeditions. And that should cover it for now. Let's see if we can make it through to February without anything else happening. I will be back. Alright, we have actually made it through to February. Amazingly. I guess toning down the AI at the start kind of helped a little bit on that front. As you can see, we're currently constructing a fort here over by Frederick, hoping this will dissuade the Confederates or at least roadblock them whenever they come across the rivers. Now, I wanted to build it here, but the computer wouldn't let me, so it's up here. Basically on top of South Mountain, I think that's supposed to represent. Yeah, this is probably supposed to be the old national road through Fox and Turner's Gap, so that's more than likely South Mountain. Since Antietam's over here. Alright, okay, so it's February 2nd, so we have to go through the financials. So we are still sitting at triple B. Our debt increased by another 125 million, so we're sitting at 440 million in debt right now. Our current economy cycle is recovery. And it says our tax revenues increased by 21 million over the last month, though I got 25 million in the bank, so it looks like I just took out a bond and nothing else was put into the bank. Total export volume last month was 221 million versus 587 coming in, so we did see an uptick there. And we saw a change of plus 37 million on corporate production, which is very good. The more they're producing, the more we can tax. All right, intelligence. They're currently working on military 2. The government is in a crisis as the nation's recruitment base has deteriorated. So the Confederacy has completed the following projects: cast artillery, recruitment offices, and another. Okay, so yeah, they're pushing heavy on recruitment offices, so he doesn't have anybody left to recruit. I gotta look at the numbers here. Relations with Great Britain and France have not changed, and I'm not doing anything to affect that. I'm not making them like me or hate me in any way, so that's strictly what the Confederate AI is doing. They recruited 1,500 men into 1 brigade and started construction on 7 more ships, which I don't know why they're bothering, because they never use them, but they're constructing them. And their Confederate Army morale is now back up to 96%. So they have recovered their morale since that last defeat. Let's see how many men they have in the field right now. So I have 134,000 in the field. They have 148,000 in the field. Generally, the AI keeps a much larger number of men fielded than that. So, but they're doing a lot of winter movement, which does affect their attrition levels. I haven't been doing any winter movement except with the Corps of Engineers to come over and construct that fort, so my attrition is kept down by that. Combat casualties so far, we have 6,691 to their 13,256, so we're basically doing a 2-to-1 exchange on the casualties, but they've been attacking us and not the other way around. Alright, policies-wise, we did enact confiscation, and I started working on government funding too. Well, it'll be 28 more days before that is complete. As soon as that is done, I'll go to Revenue Act 1 to increase my tax base. And then after that, I will go over here to Military 2 so I can start working on core organization levels. Then I'll come back over here to industrialization. So, hoping I can make it through to Chapter 3, but we'll see. It's been a while since I've been able to get to Chapter 3. And projects, what do we got available? Farm mechanization, been waiting for this one. So what farm mechanization does, it does give you 10% buff to your recruitment based on volunteers, as there's less demand for personnel on the farms. So when you're doing subsidized farming by financing large-scale mechanization of agriculture, this mechanization includes the introduction of innovations such as horse-drawn reapers and raking, binding, and threshing machines, represented by these up here. Machines taking the place of humans in many areas, output is greatly increased, while at the same time freeing previously required workforce to join the volunteer armies. It doesn't tell you what your percentage you gain, but it's a 10% grab, so we'll take that. And farm mechanization 1, crop production, number of volunteers. So, that's changed. Didn't used to have that, but this might be from the mod. So we get a 10% increase in crop production and a 4.3% increase in the number of volunteers. That's actually better than just a straight 10% increase in volunteers, to be honest with you, because that makes it, for as expensive it is, it's better than grabbing recruitment offices. And military-wise, we only have armored gunboats, cavalry carbines, and recruitment offices available, so don't want any of that. I should pump more money into diplomacy so I can start grabbing all the nice, juicy foreign weapons that are available. I do want another level of training manuals, another level of weapons production. Weapons production is done by industry funding. Now let's take a look at our finances real fast here. How much am I putting in diplomacy? I'm putting $2 million into diplomacy, which is barely budging it, so I'm going to upgrade that to, yeah, let's pop it up to 5. And I think once I get probably the British or the Prussian weapons, I'll drop it back down low again. Because once my weapon production starts kicking in, I'm not as worried about the foreign weapons. I'm really not even worried about weapons right now, because even though it's only muskets, my men are, for the most part, armed completely with muskets. So it's better than the mixed muskets that the Confederacy should be using. Alrighty, that should do it for the February update. I'm not planning on making any movements until the spring campaign season begins mid-March, so I will be back. Alright, we're back. It's now February 19th. I really thought we were going to make it into March without having any contact. It looks like the Army in Northern Virginia started moving westwards. And I don't know why. They were over here with the Army in Shenandoah, but they came westwards. They have 5,736 men, and they are now engaged with the Army of Occupation, which is sitting around 14,000 men. So this is going to be a load in, load out battle. They are not going to attack me with less than 6,000 men and 6 guns. It's just not going to happen. So I'm thinking the AI did not see the Army of Occupation sitting here and decide to make an easy grab in Ohio, and they are now regretting that choice. So I'll be back. If we load in and there's no fight, I'll be back here on the strategic map. Alrighty, I was right. It was a load in, load out. You know, waste of everybody's time, mine, the computers, my electric meter. You know, counting away the seconds of electricity I'm burning. So, yeah, I was going to run around the map and do a little bit of update, but outside of that, there was no movement. So, I'll be back when something else happens. Alright, everybody. Excuse me. We've actually made it through to March 1st with no other action. So it's time to go over to monthlies. What do I got going on here? Alright. Well, first, finances. We're sitting at BBB plus, a little better than last month. Our tax revenues increased by another $82 million. We didn't construct anything. The fort I was constructing is now completed. And I put Richardson in command of the garrison there, and his ass is going to sit there for the rest of the war as far as I'm concerned. So now that's built, Corps of Engineers is going to make their way over to Cumberland, and even though they haven't been crossing here, I am going to build another fort in the vicinity of Cumberland, Maryland, just to cover this crossing point, even though the Confederacy doesn't use it too often. Alright, total export volume last month was 272 out with 730 million coming in. So that gap has increased a little bit. Average corporate production over the last month, 718 million, a change of negative 55, but it is the winter, so stuff like that is to be expected. Everything just goes down in the winter, especially in this time period. Alright, what do we got on intelligence? Confederacy's still working on military too. Done another level of recruitment offices. They are running their states dry of men. They have not increased their relations with Great Britain or France yet. They have recruited another 2,100 men in 5 brigades. So that sounds like cavalry regiments, maybe some artillery. And their morale is still sitting at 96%. And another 3 ships are being constructed, which I don't understand why they construct all these ships. Maybe they'll take care of that in 109. Which, I'm not running 109 right now. I'm still on 108 because of the A.O.M mod. I will update the game once A.O.M updates. So when 109 is still beta, so it's not stable yet. Let's take a look at strategy here. Yeah, so their numbers in the field have not increased much. They're only up to 156,000. And I went on a big recruitment drive. I'm up to 133,000 now. I wouldn't say a big recruitment drive. I added a few more brigades. Like inside the Fort Ruggles here. I got Richardson in charge of a brigade of soldiers from the Indian Territory. Because the state support's only 35. So they're not useful to me in the field. But I can keep them as garrison troops. Same here. State support from Arizona Territory is 43, so I recruited a battery out of Arizona Territory to go into that fort. Alright, since we are now into March, the Atlantic Blockading Squadron should be good now. I think everybody's at 90% or better. Yep, one ship at 90%, so I'm going to send them down here to go hammer away at Fort Norfolk again. And you boys are coming down here to Fort Hatteras and taking out Fort Hatteras. Now let's start marching the Corps of Engineers over here. I don't want them going through Virginia and may get caught up by one of the armies. They moved all the armies that were here out westward. I don't understand the thinking behind it, but they are no longer in Eastern Virginia or the Valley at all. So I'm really tempted to just go start swiping everything up around here, but you know, don't want the war to end after like 10 episodes. It'd be even faster than last time. So we'll see what happens. And I will be back with any updates as they occur. Actually, what I did forget to do was go over policies. So we did pop off with Tariff Act. Not Tariff Act, Government Funding 2. So I am now working on the Revenue Act. That will be completed in another 30 days. And once that is complete, I will come back here for Military 2. Now let's take a look at projects, see what we got available. I only look at the projects monthly as money goes into the kitty. So I see what I have. Those trade deals get me. So this will increase profits from trade deals. That uses money I'm saving up for weapons. So that's... yeah, no. Sounds good, but don't want it. What we got going on here? I don't want machine guns. They're fun and all, but they just don't fit my play style, as I'm a more aggressive player than most, so they are just kind of... they'll be too lagging behind my men for me to really want it. Wait. Okay, this has to be from the mod because I shouldn't be able to grab organization reform until after military 2. So I'm going to hold off on that. I'll wait until we actually have... we got supply reform. I don't want supply reform, but how much longer until... Where is it? What I really want is... logistics reform. I'm actually not too far away from that. This will reduce the upkeep of my armies. I got 2.6 mil in there. I need 3.3. So that's not too far away. I'm going to hold off on taking any of that. But was weapons production in here? I should have money to do that. No. Hold on. Where is weapons production? Okay. I still got a bit more to go on that. I got 2.2 and need 2.8, so I should have both of those this month. Okay. So I'll have the logistics reform and weapons production this month. I'm so close to the weapons production, I'll just pop off another level of that before going after any other anything else that I want. Okay. Like before, I will be back when something else happens. Alright, everybody. This is kind of turning out to... it's turning into a boring episode. I don't know if we're going to have a battle in this one or not. So, the Atlantic Blockading Squadron, which did take on Fort Norfolk, I did lose a ship in the action due to an ammo explosion almost at the start of the battle, like the last time it was in a fight. We did reduce the fort to 0%, but we did not capture it because the percentages were too low. So they did get a second perk here. They now have Mortar Boats 1. And they got that right before it ended, so it didn't really get much in the way of experience points for it. So this has become a very, starting to become a very scary force in itself. The ship I did lose was a steam frigate. Same as USS Pensacola, that's right here on the front page. I guess that's his flagship. They're only like a 7 or 9 gun ship. So I'm not too worried about having lost that. It doesn't really affect their firepower too much. After I started bombing Fort Norfolk and put Fort Hatteras under siege, the Army of the Kanawha, which would be the Valley Army, and one of their armies started coming down this way, and they marched down through here. There's one of them right there, Army Potomac. Looks like both of them are there. So they're now sitting steady at Manassas Junction. I guess because I didn't seize Fort Norfolk, they stopped moving. So they were probably on their way down here just in case I took the fort over. Hatteras siege is ongoing. It's slowly ticking in my favor, very slowly. Much like the last campaign, this is going to take a while. Even though I have 32 guns in this army and they're all rifled, it doesn't really seem to have too much of an effect on the sieges itself. But I don't know. So I'm really not sure of the math behind the sieges, but we've only caused 2 casualties, and I've taken well over 1,000 casualties seizing this fort down. And there was only 50 men in this thing, so there's no reason not to have literally stormed the fort and taken it. But it is what it is. So, alright, since April 1st, we will go through the monthlies. We did cut another bond. I don't know why. I didn't construct anything this month. But our debt is now $465 million. Our current economy cycle is recovery. Just finished up the winter, so that would make sense. Our tax revenues decreased by $73 million. One fort, it's being constructed. It's not constructed yet. It's almost done. That'd be this fort right here to cover the Cumberland Gap crossing. Last month we exported 327 while importing 906. So that gap is increased, actually. I'm a little surprised by that. 327 while importing 906. So that gap is increased, actually. I'm a little surprised by that. 327 while importing 906. So that gap is increased, actually. I'm a little surprised by that. 327 while importing 906. So that gap is increased, actually. I'm a little surprised by that. 327 while importing 906. So that gap is increased, actually. I'm a little surprised by that. 327 while importing 906. So that gap is increased, actually. I'm a little surprised by that. 327 while importing 906. So that gap is increased, actually. I'm a little surprised by that. 327 while importing 906. So that gap is increased, actually. I'm a little surprised by that. 327 while importing 906. So that gap is increased, actually. I'm a little surprised by that. 327 while importing 906. So that gap is increased, actually. I'm a little surprised by that. 327 while importing 906. So that gap is increased, actually. I'm a little surprised by that. And core production was 684 last month, which is down 34 million. So there's that. So policies wise, we're still working on Revenue Act 1. That'll actually be done by the end of today. It's got 0.9 days left, so that'll be done by the end of the day. Then I'll kick over here to Military 2 and start on that one. And projects, let's see, we got a lot available since I didn't take anything last month. Administration reform, always a yes. Because I'll move along the policies even faster. What does infrastructure give us? That's an IIP increase. Let's come back to that. That looks like it. Yeah, that uses industry. So after I do, where is it? Should have it now. Logistics reform. There we go. Let's take that. Whoa, that wiped out everything. I took every cent I had in there, apparently. Oh, yeah. Looks like we're getting close to having the British rifles, being able to purchase those. So I don't know if I'm going to want those or the Austrian weapons. But I'm going to take everything at this point just to have it and be able to build it. What does infrastructure reform use? It does use industry. That's why weapon protection didn't pop off. That'll be ready to go in like another day or two, so I'll take that when that pops off. I'm just like $100,000 short on that one. So I'll pop up here another day or two. Intelligence. Confederacy is working on Conscription Act 1. They've completed rifled artillery. Relations have not changed in either direction. Okay, good. They're starting to recruit again. They recruited 16,000 men in 17 brigades. They formed the Army of the Peninsula. And the following fleets have been raised. Galveston Squadron 2. And another 4 ships are in construction. And their morale for the Army has not changed. Strategy-wise, let's see. I have 100... Still sitting around the 140 range for my armies. They're up to 171,000 again. So that's good for them. I am going to have a manpower crisis in the core of New England. I finally did rename the army pretty soon. So I am recruiting a division of Connecticut soldiers right now. So the 1st Brigade's already arrived. I got 2 more 1,500-man brigades on their way. So I just have a full Connecticut division. And those 1,500-man brigades will fill up slowly. And Rhode Island, I'll disband. I'll mostly use Rhode Island to form artillery and cavalry units because they don't have many men in that state. After I get Connecticut going, I'll probably do a division of Massachusetts soldiers. Like New York, I got to disband that once I get them back in the pool. So yeah, I'll probably do a Massachusetts division next. Actually, how many men do they have in Mass? Oh yeah. 20,000. I could do a full corps from Massachusetts. You know what? I might just do that, actually. I'll probably do a full corps out of Massachusetts alone. Make them look British. When I think of Massachusetts, I think very English and Irish, so like maybe British-looking uniforms, you know, the red and light gray. I'll think about it. So, that should be it for right now, and I will be back. If we go another month without combat, I'll be ending the episode on a very boring note. But that'll be about almost half hour, 40 minutes worth of footage. So, see you all again when something happens. Alright, this episode's not going to be as boring as we thought it was going to be. So, the Army of Potomac has, I don't know where they snuck across at. They must have crossed the river over here somewhere. I'm going to put a Riverine squadrons in here just to prevent any crossings. They're coming up on the core of New England, which only has 10,900 men right now, with no other armies in supporting distance. So I'm actually going to have this army withdraw. And I'm going to go chase them down with the core of New York, which is still under strength from the Army of Potomac, but is more capable of handling it. Let's withdraw these guys. Oh, got that going on 50 speed. Oh yes, and the French have invaded Mexico. Let's give these guys force march orders and get them up there before they take Frederick. And let's move Army Pennsylvania into a blocking position. We'll give them force march orders also. I don't want the AI thinking they can retreat the army in a direction I don't want them going. Problem is, if they do head north, Recruitment Command East is going to be in trouble. Speaking of which, did they get those Connecticut soldiers so I can plus up Corps of New England? Yes, they did. Start transferring those guys. What? Didn't he transfer? There we go. That's a Rhode Island unit of 820 men. I'm just going to disband that unit right now before I forget. These guys will only take 3 days to get to their new command. What's going on? Let's take a look at the siege real fast. I was watching the siege, which is why that occurred. I didn't see them come across. This is still really hasn't budged. It's still a little bit in our favor. We've only caused 3 casualties, which is slightly annoying. Oh wait, pause. Need to look at their guns. Yes. We have 14 pounders for you boys. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Birthday. Okay, why do these guys only have 2 guns each? What the hell happened here? Why are there so many... Why are they down by guns? I don't understand this. These are freshly recruited artillery brigades. They shouldn't be looking like this. Yeah, oh well. There we go. I have 26,000 men to his... Well, I got 26,088 infantry to his 25,600 infantry. 483 cavalry to his almost 4,000 cavalry. And 12 guns to his 30. But we're going to fight this one out. Alright everybody, here we are. Third Battle of Frederick. I think this has now become the new shiny object, this location. We are once again on the Antietam battlefield, and thankfully it's no longer winter. So we'll be able to make them come to us any way we want. So they will have to take the town of Antietam. And there are no crossing points. Oh, I think they can cross this stream. You can walk right across that. Maybe they can't. But it's the AI, you never know. So, what I'm thinking about doing... So I'm coming in down here. They're still coming in from... Damn map. Anyone does that. From all the way up here, along Bakersville and Hagerstown roads. So they got to come all the way down through Sharpsburg to come and get me. So I'm going to set up right here along this fence line, with the Antietam Creek anchoring my right and the Potomac anchoring my left. So that'll be nice and easy. Definitely beat them there, since we are on top of the point to begin with. And there's no... So they can cross here and here and come in behind me. I don't know if they would do that. Even if they did, I'd have plenty of time to react. So yeah, I'm just going to march my men in, set up along this fence line, give myself a nice turtle down position, and they'll have to come at me over open fields. So I'm not going to be as aggressive on this one unless I see an opportunity to be aggressive. There's a crossing point right there. Any others I don't see? Oh yeah, there's the lower bridge. These are the crossing points they found after throwing their men across that. Alright. That's not Burnside's bridge yet, but these are the crossing points they found later to outflank the position. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I believe most of my troops in this army are rifled armed, so I should have the advantage here. So I'm going to get my men in motion, and I will be back once I have contact with the enemy. Alrighty, quick little update here. Sounds like a cavalry unit here just north of Sharpsburg. There's the rest of their army coming down the main road there. So I do have my army across the river. It took longer than I expected because they all decided, instead of using the bridge, they all decided to use separate little crossing points, which is a little annoying. But they're across. And I have everybody working on constructing forward breastworks right now. Oh, those guys got there really fast. So I'm hoping to have as much of this complete before the Confederates come in and decide to fight us. And some brigades definitely march faster than others. So the cavalry is forward in my position right now, the Provost Guard. And they have sighting on Tappan's regiment. Almost evenly matched. Wait, I upgraded his weapons. Or I thought I did. Oh, that's not good. Dig, boys, dig. We might have an issue because the majority of these troops are still musket armed. I was hoping to have my rifle delivery before this battle, but the rifles are going to be arriving 1 or 2 days after this battle takes place. So basically, I think only the Irish division is currently armed with rifles, yes. So they're holding my right flank. And if you notice, I'm no longer in command of my own brigade because, quite frankly, he was the best commander for the 3rd Division. Whatever the 3rd, I put the 3rd in the center. So, hopefully he doesn't get wounded in the action. I didn't want him as a brigade. I didn't want him as a division commander, but he was literally the best option I had. And I'm going to keep this construction going, and I'll be back when something starts happening. Alright, so I had another cavalry brigade, or cavalry regiment, 4th Tennessee, pop up on my left where this construction is going on. It looks like Tappan's heading that way, and a brigade of infantry is coming to view. Holmes Brigade. Which means others are going to come into view here shortly. So, dig, boys, dig. Dig faster. That's all I gotta say is dig faster. At least everybody's getting some experience out of this. So, I will be back. Alright, this army has quite a bit of cavalry in it. I can dispatch riders from out this way, so there must be a division commander over there or an army commander, but they have a lot of cavalry. So, we've identified the 4th Tennessee, Tappan, 1st Arkansas. I think those guys are mounted riflemen. But, infantry and artillery is starting to come up. There's 1st Virginia under Stewart. And Holmes already identified. There's Taylor. Manigault, Gartrell, I don't recognize that name. Purcell, here's the Washington Artillery, Richmond Howitzers, Alexandria Artillery. I'm surprised they kept the unit names because those batteries were all wiped out at Marietta. But, yeah, just keep digging, boys, keep digging. Actually, I may have to move the Irish division to the center of the line, the other brigade divisions out on the flanks. What else can we see now? Anybody else? Not yet. Still more coming. At least I haven't made an approach onto my cavalry yet, but I think they might be aiming for this. I'd meant to dogleg it over here, and I did a right angle by mistake. I meant to have a dogleg here so I could have a full brigade facing out that way. And it is what it is. Artillery siding looks good there. I don't want to move them, but let's bring them up here to this corner. See if I can't start ranging in some of their batteries, start wiping them down. I don't have many guns, so I got to take out what they have faster than they can take out mine. Move them in a double quick if I can. Come back over this way. I want you on the completed entrenchments. Yeah, I'm going to have larger lines and I'm actually going to be able to cover. What else we got coming in here? There's another regiment of cavalry. Pierce's brigade. There's still more I haven't even seen back there. Trying to pour a glass of scotch. I think I'm going to need it. If anybody's wondering about today's selection, it is, and I'm not advertising, just in case you're wondering what I'm drinking, it's a Balvin Doublewood, aged 12 years. Very excellent single malt scotch that is affordable in price. I think it might be time to pull my cavalry in. It looks like they'll have decent ranging. Moving their battery out of range, alright. But I think I'm going to need them up in this corner anyway. Speed this up a bit. Oh yeah, and the works are built in the wrong direction because I went right to left instead of left to right. Your backs to them so you come on this side. Good, artillery's firing now. Guys done building over here? Just about, it looks like. Yeah. Kind of need you guys facing out that way now. Good, my few guns are firing. I'm actually surprised I could fire like that over that swale in the ground. Because those are rifled guns. I mean, they're only James rifles, but they are rifled. What is this battery doing? Irish Legion, face about and hit those guys. They are right in front of us. Go take them down. This will be like Marietta all over again. Beauregard won't attack, and my artillery gets to grow very, very powerful. I doubt I'll be that lucky again. Told you guys to go shoot them. Get out there and shoot them. I just can't let an opportunity like that go by. There they go. Already gone. Now come back behind the lines. If I'm lucky, it doesn't look like they sent anybody over this way. There's more troops all the way back here. They are way out of... and back there. If I'm lucky, they might let me get a sweeping flank attack in on them while they're pushing their attack home. If only. If only. We'll see what happens. A man can dream. But they are giving me plenty of time to build my works up. It's like only that one battery got some battle experience out of that Marietta fiasco. You guys all firing? No, they're not. Get them faced a little differently. Irish Brigade, let's move you back over this way. Let the engineers keep working. Grunt's getting over here. You guys in over here. Yeah, I think the AI is looking at this spot right here, and I wouldn't blame him if he is. Let's speed this along a bit. A lot of movement because I had all these guys building at the same time. They ended up all blobbed up. I gotta fix that. What the hell is that? Them halt doors. Let them reform their lines. Don't tell me someone's still down here working. No, it's just the effect is stuck in. There we go. They're all firing now. Very good. Where the grunt's going right there. Move the Legion down. Irish Brigade, you coming right there. We're still finishing up work over here. But it looks like they're eyeing me for an attack over here on my exposed left. So once the engineers finish this breastwork, I'm going to have it extended down further. They don't have me by many in the way of numbers, but they have a lot more maneuver elements than I do. That's done, so get up there. Oh, and they're still working on parapets over here, okay. 2nd Division, lay your men down. Division, same thing. Out of sight, out of mind. It looks like they're done building. I'm over here now. I mean, if he just wants to sit there and trade artillery like Marietta, I will let him. Let's not do that. Come down here so I can start the start point and work the way up. This way I can at least throw the cavalry onto the flank embankment. As soon as this battle's over, I gotta start sending these artillery units back to New York. Are they coming forward for a general engagement? I'll leave Durgy laying down since they are a Zouave unit. That's how they fight best. They're coming forward for a general engagement. I will oblige them. But they're not going to have a good time of it. I've taken 87 casualties there, 150. So my guns are being effective right now. Back to work. They have my infantry out range while they're laying down. Alright, lay back down. I know. How are you guys? Looks like it's going to give me an opportunity to just sweep in on their flank. Legion, I think I need you to come over here now. the rifle armed troops get to work. These guys at double time. I'm going to need them there fast. You guys come right there. Stand up, my boys. Have at them. Yeah, and I lost a battery. Their view of that brigade's blocked. Swinging out. Well, it's 2 batteries now. Turn off evade. You have to do that already. Change your face and engage them. That's 7th Demi Brigade. Back up to strength, huh? What are they doing? They're going straight for the point right there. Never took it myself. Ready to break. Go charge them. Go get them, engineers. More units out this way. Nice. Boys are gonna have some fun already. Gotta get some names on these brigades. You want a New York brigade? I got some brigades needing names. Let me know. First come, first serve. Alright, 3rd Division can handle them. You guys start counter-punching. Hit that cavalry. Why are you guys all blobbed up? Starting to push them off now. Getting closer on them. This your firearm doesn't look like it. Good, keep firing into them. Advance. No brigade sits idle today. Keep them in range. I want them off the field. Yeah, they have way too much cavalry in this army. Push up on them. Ready to break, go get them. There they go. And my engineers broke at the same time, but I didn't even charge them in. Provost, mount up. Let's see if we can grab a battery or two. Go start hitting B's brigade. These guys are handled. Push these men off my field. And it's a double time. Hit those guys in the flank. Only 12 casualties in the Irish Legion. Not bad. Push up on them. Do your thing, Mar. Start angling towards them. What the hell are you doing all the way back here? Get up on the line. At least two of my batteries stayed on the field. Not like doing much right now, though. I got my guys all over the place now. Go get that battery. You go get that one. Provost, get in there. Oh, come on. I know I turned off evade. Come on. Didn't turn off. That's BS. Not any fault of their own. I know I gave the order to turn it off. It just didn't turn off with that infantry. This won't be a major victory, but we have bloodied their nose some. 2-to-1 casualty odds right now. There's even more back here. We're pushing them off the field. I'm not worried about it. Come on, turn it off. I told you to turn it off. These guys haven't even been in combat yet. Legion should be able to take care of them. Push that artillery off the field. Only need to break 1 or 2 more units. They're about to flee. There we go. Once this brigade breaks, that should be it. Is that evade off? It still did not turn off. What the? Go shoot that artillery. Yep, they're starting to pull back now. Go shoot that cavalry. They're just standing there. And there they go. Let's see if I can wipe out these batteries before they get away. Told you to shoot them, damn it. About 2-to-1 odds on the casualties. Can't complain about that. Let's speed this along. This battle's over. There they go. I'm getting close enough to shoot those guys. Come on. Shoot that battery. There we go. Nah, I'm not going to get them in time. Alright. Another loss for Beauregard. So he has lost 2,000 infantry, 950 cavalry, 20 of his 30 guns, and for a total of 3,200. I lost 1,200. I call it about 1,300 infantry, 38 cavalry, 7 of my guns. For a total of 1,348. Alright, I'm going to pause this right here and I'll come back in on the post-battle screen. Alright, Battle of 3rd Frederick has ended with a victory. General Cochrane, commander of the Irish Division, is now famous. General Rains loses face. I don't know, definitely a division commander, I don't know of where. But the enemy has reportedly suffered 3,196 casualties. There are 400 killed, 739 captured. Our casualties total 1,348 men, but 244 killed, 172 missing, and the rest wounded. Morale is confident. We captured 1,696 rifles and 12 guns from the field. We now have 750 men on their way for a vacation at Camp Chase. All right. So I thought that fight was going to be a bit more desperate than it was, but they have a lot of cavalry and artillery in that army, which gives them a lot of maneuver units, but not very good. Not very good combat power. So let's roll this forward a few days and clear this off. And there they go, heading south. Good. I really hate when the units retreat north and you gotta hunt them asses down, and you can never find them again. And then they just stay in a constant phase. Instead of just army disintegrating, it just stays in constant retreat. There should be a point where if an army's in the red and it's stuck outside of their territory, that you should be able to surround it and destroy it. But it doesn't seem to happen anymore. I don't remember the last time I was able to actually disintegrate an enemy army. Except when the game first came out, and then you couldn't even end the game. You could capture almost every state, and they would keep on fighting. You couldn't get the morale down. Get rid of that. I don't know why that monthly report popped up again. Okay, we're now... That's where they crossed. Definitely going to put a... I'm building 2 more river boats for the Mississippi, but it looks like I'm going to be setting them over here to sit in this area. Could take some steamers out of Potomac Flotilla, but I'm going to leave them where they are. See, how's this siege looking? No movement. I got all these batteries in this army. It only seems like the one is really firing every once in a blue moon, which is pretty bad. Alright. I do believe we will end it here for this episode. So, just a reminder, if you'd like to have a unit in one of my armies, just let me know down in the comments. Type of unit, uniforms, coloration of uniforms, weapons if I can oblige you, officers if I can oblige you, also what state they're from. And also, if you're a new viewer, returning viewer, and you're enjoying this content and you've not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And if you do, remember to hit that bell icon so you're notified when the next video comes out. If you've been following the series and you're enjoying it, please hit that like button. The more likes I get, the more people will see these videos. And until next time. Oh, before I go, I should tell you there is I have set a schedule for this game. I don't remember if I said it at the start of this recording or not, but I do this game on Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, so you get 4 episodes a week for this series, and sometimes on Sunday if I have the extra time to pump one out. So I'll see you all again on Friday. You all have a good one.